So, back home for Christmas. A little bit different, a little bit out of my comfort zone. You could kind of say I'm in my comfort zone. When I come back home, I kind of retrograde back into who I used to be, right? Let's say this premium person that I am away from home reverts back to who he used to be before he left home. And this being that I was in another house, or we were in another house, and then we moved back to our old house. So I'm kind of coming to this. I'm leaving this house. The last time I lived here fully was when I was 15. And then we lived in our other house for about 3 years. The recession hit, so we were back in this one. Then I went to college, right? Before really living here after college, or right before college. I was at college, helped move back, and then there again. So it's funny being back here, because I think I revert to my lazy 15-year-old self. I don't know why, I guess. I mean, you're home, that's what you want to do. You just go back to being who you are. It's easier because things are provided for you. I don't have to worry about cooking. Don't have to worry about breakfast. The only thing I have to worry about is my daily rituals. And last night I stayed up late and watched a video. Not gonna say I hated it. I wanted to spend time just with my wife watching this video, which I gotta find my ring because I always forget it. But kind of changed up what time I woke up. Slept at 2. Wasn't gonna wake up at 6. But maybe that's what I need. Maybe I have to be committed to waking up at 6 every single fucking day, no matter what it is. But I didn't. Woke up around 9, drank my water, meditated, did yoga, and then haven't read yet because then people were awake. I started eating breakfast, drank coffee, went to walk my dog, and kind of things escalated from there. I don't really know if I have time to read. I probably can, but I'll feel selfish. I'm not helping my mom out, or even this right now, talking to the camera, kind of my daily debrief. Kind of feels selfish because I'm taking time out for myself. But let's go over the topic at hand. My meditation, right? So was different. Wasn't as it was yesterday or day before that, right? It wasn't necessarily any focus on a feather or any focus on some sort of animal. It was kind of like my old self. I kind of started counting my breaths, my breathing, and I would get lost. And I mean, that's something that used to happen before. I would count my breathing, and then by the time I get 3 breaths in, right, of exhaling and inhaling for X amount of seconds. So by the 3rd set or whatever set, I would think of something. Then I have to come back, and I'd think something else and come back. And it was just like that. It wasn't anything big, but my mind went from one side to the other side. And usually in times past, I've been able to kind of get bigger chunks in of sets. So I was able to get like 6 sets of breaths in, right? Or 5 or 7. This time it was almost every other one, or every set, which was different. Maybe it tells me that my brain is scattered. I mean, I know that, but I can't hold a succinct thought together, which is what my wife tells me. She says that I have my brain all over the place. Every new idea that pops in happens like every 2 minutes, and she can't really pinpoint where I am. She thinks I don't know where I am. She's probably right. But yeah, that's where I was. It was kind of refreshing not to think about the wolf, the animal, the eagle, the feather. Kind of nice to get back to knowing that I shift my focus. It reminds me of what I used to do, who I used to be. So maybe I'm on the right track. And then thoughts from yesterday after my meditation, coming to terms with and really reading that the subtle art of not giving a fuck, but by Mark Mason. Goes over how many fucks you should give a day, right? Like, you shouldn't care about every single fucking thing that happens. Because if you do, you'll go fucking crazy. You'll wear yourself out by caring too much about what you wear or what people think of you. And as you get older, those fucks start naturally becoming more selective, right? You get older, you're like, why do I care about this than I did when I was 2 years younger, right? Because you're in a different stage of your life. But if we're able to use that kind of not giving a fuck about every little thing mentality that we get as we're older and bring it to the forefront of now, right? Which, whenever now is for you, it would help you out. Now, there's a big difference between not giving a fuck and being indifferent, where if you don't give a fuck, you would be a total asshole about anything. Especially if you were indifferent, right? Like, I don't care about that guy getting murdered over there or my girlfriend at all. I just want to do things for me. Which isn't necessarily what he means. Yes, don't give a fuck about things that are outside of your control. But do give a fuck about things that are within your control. About, let's say you get rear-ended. That incident, of course, sucks. But are you going to let that destroy your rest of the day? How you react to it? Is it going to affect your relationship with your girlfriend, your significant other, your husband, your relationship at work with your boss, your colleagues, your employees, if you have them, or just anyone else you encounter that day? Are you going to let that incident affect you for eons, right? Which could be. Or are you going to take responsibility for your reaction and then proceed in a more productive day? Almost not give a fuck about what just happened and just keep going forward. And it's really hard. It's really hard, especially with everything that's happened with me. I could say to me, but then I'd be playing a victim game. Like, this happened to me. Oh no, the world should feel bad for me. And it's hard to balance between that and between not feeling like a victim, because you want to. It's so easy to say, oh man, fuck them, fuck that guy, it's his fault. But I know that it's not all his fault, that I did things that didn't help the relationship either. Now, I probably believe that what he did was more severe than what I did, but I do know that in anything, there are always truths, and there are always areas to find blame and areas that could have been improved. So, that said, I'm trying to improve my life, trying to look forward, but it's hard. Seeing posts, social media doesn't help. Seeing posts on Instagram that, hey, this is happening, and yada yada yada, makes me believe that maybe I'm going to be the unsuccessful one, and that he's going to be super successful, and that would suck. Alright? And I shouldn't think like that. His success doesn't mean my success is any less, or doesn't mean I'm gonna not succeed. But we should be happy that everyone has a chance to succeed everywhere. That's a human hate in me, right? That, fuck this guy, he shouldn't succeed in anything. That's the part that I'm trying to get over. That I think as humans we try and fight our nature, which is survival of the fittest. To eye for an eye, right? To wrong someone that's wronged us. It's just what we've been bred to do as animals. But we have conscious thought, so we have to fight against it, have to develop ourselves, make ourselves better. Just so that the better we are, the better, not necessarily we can treat people, which is always a plus, but if we always look to better ourselves, there's only one way we can go: up. And if we look to better ourselves to use people, well, there are many ways you can go. So that's what I'm struggling with, to better myself, to help people, to help myself. Because at the end of the day, I do want to help people. I don't know what medium that I can use to help these people, or what my service is going to be. But I know that I need to make money as well. So hopefully, by meditating, trying to find myself again, trying to find what I want to do, what's the best option for me and my wife and my dog, that I'll be able to provide a lifestyle for us that can be beneficial for all parties. Me, the client, the community. And I got off on a tangent, but it's where I'm at. What do I do? Do I come back to where it's safe here? I mean, I could do some changes and it would be better. But even now, I guess because I know I'm on vacation, I feel so lazy I don't want to fucking work out. Or eat right. I didn't really work out this week either. Or do I keep pushing? Do I stay where I am, or do I go somewhere else and try and develop there again? Do I take loans out? And I don't know. Sometimes you wish, like, fuck, man. I wish I wasn't who I was. I wish I was even thought of, born. Because life is hard. Much easier not to deal with any of it. Doesn't mean I want to commit suicide. It sounds like it. But no, it's... dealing with all this sucks. Having to get better sucks. I'm scared. I was safe. And I was safe, and I was building. And that was a great place to be. And now I'm not safe. Like I said, I'm super scared. And I'm not building, not producing. Doing nothing, just living. And I don't know how to get back. The only thing I'm doing is kind of retracing my steps. Hopefully, I can find the path that I had laid out in front of me before I fell. Cool. Thanks. Oh, not yet.